You're familiar with this. Heavy rain. It's coming down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go! They're on 26-yard line.
Check out! Right, 40! Pretty quiet, team, pretty quiet.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Throwing is Locke. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch that 20. Let's go.
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
They fake the give. Newton. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete.
Great. 8.
And the Dolphins, 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Newton. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's good for 28 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. On 1st down, they run with Howard. They'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Newton. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, Damontae Kazee. Parker, the intended target. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
A good job defensively there on Gurley as they hold him to only a yard. It's 2nd down. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A shotgun snap for Locke. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Luck now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
It's a big play there for Miami. 51 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On 1st and goal, Howard. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Well, first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Luck. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Jones has it. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1.
Ready, 25. Check 55, Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
You got nothing to You got nothing.
A first throw for the backup Ryan. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes. We're trying to put them on the ground.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, Fitzpatrick. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10. Down at the 33.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Check 99.
TPP.
Fitzpatrick. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it and come down with it, what do they call that? The process of the catch? He completed it all the way through. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now Balaj. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They'll run here with Balaj. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Now Ryan. And he finds his tight end, Graham. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual.
It's caught inside the 25. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Fitzpatrick. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Fitzpatrick now. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Allen Hurns in the final seconds of the first half. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 22, Fitzpatrick. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
45 to Mike. Hey, color.
29-yard line.
Come on, boy. You got to be ready.
They run it with Balaj. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Regular. Even. 4 down. Even.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
52 right here. Hey, let's get it together, defense. Let's get it.
3rd and short yardage, Fitzpatrick. And he's got it to Hurns. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Balaj. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup.
They'll run again with P-Rod. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense...
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Durham Smythe there to make the grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. From Soldier Field, meanwhile, in Chicago, a third-quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Miami. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Ryan. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Christian Wilkins in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Escaping the pressure. And the pressure gets to him again. Christian Wilkins in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 61 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw is Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the screen there, and 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 38-yard line. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's caught, Jones, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons get a bit closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Mike 20. Hey, color. Hey, shift. 22's coming, Mike. Not today, you are. Not today. Joker. 49, check. Kill.
Fitzpatrick here to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Tyler Davison. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do. To throw is Fitzpatrick. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow...
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Christian Wilkins in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Ryan throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to the
Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at about the 14. 12 yards on the return that time. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's second down and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Throwing here, Fitzpatrick. Completes it to Hearns. A gain there of 21 yards. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's first and 10.
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got 52 and 50.
Fitzpatrick to throw it. Airing it out for Hearns. That's going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.